Welcome. I ain't gonna fuck around. I ain't fooling around, man. Um, just gonna get right to it. I'm assuming everything working out the way that everything need to work out. That'd be the thing, cause I don't really know, man. It's hard to tell a lot of times until I listen to it. But I think I got it right now. So I'm just saying. So I don't see why it wouldn't be. Everything's tightened up. I ain't gonna cut the cam on. I think I need to put another thing up, really, for my brain, cause well, I guess I don't have another one to put up, maybe. Cause I wanted to do this for another channel, and I think I'm gonna do it with this one though. So, hey man, it is what it is. It is what it is. What it is, what it is. So, yeah, here I go. I said I ain't, but here I am. Whatever. Whatever, man. Whatever. All right, so the thing, my thing, like looking at what's going on in the world and everything, is like nothing in it different, man. That's why nothing's new under the sun. People putting up clips of Malcolm X talking about the same thing with Kyrie Irving or whatever. Like a lot of this stuff don't really be on my radar, but it end up getting so big, or you see so much of it. It's you can ignore it, but it's hard to ignore. So I ain't gonna ignore it. It's like why they got to do brothers like this, man? And I think, I believe, I know, but you can't prove nothing that is really. It's like a hypothesis in the first place, but like we could stop it all, man. We could stop it all right quick. All of like keep boiling down to a lack of discipline, man. And I suppose in a lot of ways it's easy for me to say, because I don't really watch this shit anyway, football and basketball and all that. I don't fool with it like that. You know what I mean? So I'm already boycotting it. If we stop, it's take a whole fucking shift of the paradigm, like a mug, man. It's all the things that me and a bunch of other people be talking about, but nobody's barely hearing us. Even those that have thousands of followers, man, it's millions of us. There ain't nobody here. Like only the people that want to hear it is hearing it. People that know what you know, people that's learning that type of stuff, people that's interested in that type of thing. And all this shit is connected in the system. Everything we working with is connected within the system. So at the end of the day, we're going to have to do something else. Like every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. The YouTube helps. But I mean, I think, man, you never going to be able to prove these things. But they, you gotta know they're taking people out the same today as they did. If there ain't nothing changed, that's the same. And Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali, James Baldwin, whoever was having all of these same conversations. And then before that, they was having those same conversations. Whenever they could have a conversation, they was having them. The same similar things. And here we are again today. So they was taking them out then. They're taking them out now. I could go. I think mine is way too low, but that's even better, huh? Get them before they grow. All that. All of the. I wouldn't outrule anything, me. And I'm always suspicious of everything that they doing or anything that they give you or tell you, because it's all lies or whatever. Like, okay. And then you don't know who's who, because some things they say sound so bizarre that, like, when they say something that makes sense, how do you know that that's just not game? Like, it's all game. Every little bit of it is game. How do you know? How the hell you know? Tell me. So, when Kanye was on there apologizing, in particular Kanye, and he held the phone and showed all the things, all the red is Jewish ownerships or whatever. And the majority of the shit was red. It looked pretty much red, but they had a few other little slithers or something in there, right? And he said the reason that he was apologizing because he looked, damn, I do that every time. This big ass thing, I'm gonna have to take off of here. Yeah, let me do that and see what happens. I gotta wash my peas and shit, that's all. He said, damn. He looked up the definition of anti-Semitic, and that's where he came with his determination that he was anti-Semitic. I have to look to make sure which dictionary he used, but I'm pretty sure it was Webster. You know, and chances are, I got a funny feeling, since they've been in business like 200 or something years, 250 years, something around like that time, they might just have the game sold up as far as that knowledge goes, definitions and things go. So you got to think, if that is true, they own all the media. Definitions, encyclopedias and definitions is the internet before the internet. So you want to control that too. You control all publications that you possibly can. And definitely definitions, which is why I think I saw something before where somebody black did have a thing with definitions, and I'm almost positive, but I don't know where or if it still exists. Because it really had to more or less be somebody dedicated to putting their energy and time and effort into this database or whatever, and taking responsibility to maintain that one way or another, you know, through their self or through getting donations or, you know, some kind of other thing that you have a club, whatever it is, like, but it really be on them, because we don't have nothing like that where we have our own definitions of words and we can expand upon, you know, a bird is pretty much a bird, plant, tree, car, table, a pencil, you know, things, certain things are what they are, and I'm sure there would be no changes whatsoever. But other things that are subject to, for some reason, interpretation, there should be some type of agreement between people what is and what isn't a definition. But then again, once again, who gets to decide? The people that own it call the shots. So I looked up who owns this thing. Who owns Webster? Who owns the dictionary Webster? Well, when you look up who owns Webster, they send you down. It's a nice little, not too deep of a bunny hole, but, you know, It's Encyclopedia Britannica Holdings, or them, and then the Holdings, and then another thing. You know, it's a few layers before you get to the bottom of it. But it's all owned by more or less one man, Jaku Safari, Jacqui, Jacqui, you know, and he is a billionaire investor from Geneva. He is a descendant of the Syrian, Lebanese, Swiss, Jewish Safari banking family. A billionaire that's a descendant of the Swiss Jewish Safari banking family is a billionaire investor. And one of the things that he owns is Encyclopedia Britannica. And they own Webster Dictionary. So, therefore, whatever he say, it is anti-Semitic. He owns it. You think he's gonna let that say so? I mean, if it depends on the person. But obviously we seen what kind of person this is. Dude's a tyrant. You ain't gotta know to know. Anybody controlling words that much is a tyrant. I don't know the person. I don't know anything about him other than what I'm reading on the internet. But anybody that's got that level of where you going, even the mere mention of the facts, that's gaslighting, huh? That's a huge gaslighting shit. The fuck you trying to do, you know? So basically, we already silenced, man. I know this shit ain't. Look at my views. Look what views I have. I mean, shit should be, I don't know, man. I guess I'm just naive. Okay, yeah, they've been in Britannica, been in business for 254 years. 254 years. And they're on the oldest encyclopedia. You know, they were in existence before anybody else. Right? And it's just these circles, how these things be going on. I've been seeing a lot of stuff about this lately for some reason. Totally unrelated. And then I end up looking up this. So everything happens for a reason. I'm glad to know this, that I didn't know that, to connect all the dots. That's something I wouldn't have just been sitting around thinking of. I wonder who owned the encyclopedia. You know, like you see how far the manipulation and control and psychological warfare go, man. You see who's in on it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we think in media, you would never even really think of dictionary, like everything and anything, all aspects, all levels of control. Speaking of which, let's go back to and because tell me it ain't true. It's they control us totally and completely. How? I would like to know not. 9 major areas of people activity in the known universe. 1, economics. 2, education. 3, entertainment. 4, labor. 5, law. 6, politics. 7, religion. 8, sex. 9, war. So, it gets deeper than that. I'm not gonna go through that right now because this is gonna be short, man. I'm gonna wrap this up in a minute. Serious business. I just had to make my point. I want to get this out there that the dude's a billionaire. It's absolutely controlling the narrative. Even you look up definitions, they controlling your mind and warping our minds. Like I say, some things are what they are. Other things not so much. It is what you say it is. So therefore, they're helping to shape our perception and paradigm. Just by the mere fact of that definition is there, and that's what it means. Don't matter what logic and common sense says should mean. And peep game, I'm pretty sure, I don't know for sure, I'm going to say like this, we Jews. So, you know what I mean? I know I am. I got the DNA test to prove it. According to that, by blood. So I'm not on board with saying that that's what anti-Semitic is. I'm not on board. It's something else. It's what anti-black is, but for you. It's not that. It's not speaking the truth. Something that is. That's that bullshit. Come on, man. You can't do us like that now. I mean, you know, are we really going to just... There's only so much you can do. They got all the money. Money is power, obviously. Control the narrative totally. But like I said, that database... And print, well, maybe not so much print because even they going off print. But the database, Blackopedia. Don't steal my shit. They already have that. Well, we'll figure something out around that. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that's on a whole nother level. And like I say, what they need to pronounce this out? Jacqui Eli Safara is a Swiss investor, descendant of the Lebanese Swiss Jewish Safara bank family. Some of his investments include Encyclopedia Britannica, Webster, and Spring Mountain Vineyard, some of a large wine-growing estate located in St. Helena, California. He is the nephew of Edmund Safara. He's been in movies, acting. Born in 1965, I believe. Did I say that? I thought I saw that somewhere else. They got so many different mismatched things, you know. He's he's an actor. Been in at least 4 movies, 3 or 4 movies. Back in the day. Radio Days, Stardust Memories, Oxen, something else too. But anyway, he's been an executive producer on several movies and several with Woody Allen. Produced movies. He was the executive producer on it. The Man, the Money Man, the Boss. So, like, how that's not true? Dog. Y'all got the game sold up. How is not true? That ain't nothing to be ashamed of. Oh, what? I mean, you know, it is what it is. That's to point that out is anti something. I don't understand, man. I don't get it. I just don't. So House never lose, man. They can't lose in this game. They get people to sell their souls, more or less. Like, just think about this, man. Whew, boy, you got football, basketball, baseball. Not so much baseball anymore for us. Although some people do play baseball, I think. Anyhow, let's just take basketball and football. Boxing, track. Possibly. I'm going to say possibly, huh? Maybe not so much, but possibly. Any sport, really. Any sport that we are involved in, but mostly the big two is basketball and football. You think of all the time. I wonder how many kids are just into that automatically on their own. Some. But some, you be pushed and guided and manipulated to believe that it was your idea all along. That's all you know. Just like music. Some of them get pushed in that direction all along, forever. That's all it ever was. They pushing you in that direction. Mama send you to music lessons. Mama send you to football camp or little league. Not because you wanted to go, because she wants you to go. She make you do it. She make you end up liking it. She's so much into it. And then you know how that narc thing, whatever go, they're gonna you're gonna please them. That pleases them. That's the way to. I got comments. That's the way to please them. So oh Lord, and it's a fucking bot. That's the way to please them and make them happy. So man, look, like you think about all that time. Back and forth training from most probably little league at some young age, whatever the young age is, all that time. Think about the dude that didn't make it. All those dudes that didn't make it, that was putting in a lot of work. They wasn't putting that level, maybe almost, just something. They was too into girls. They was too into games, something else that they was too much into. Even that's a thing now. But but all that time and all that energy going into that, and then you don't make it, or you get hurt. Before you can make it, or right when you make it, or whatever. Like all those people that happens to, way more than would make it. So all them wanting to do this thing to get this bag for this position, this prestige, that's what they always have us chasing shit, man. Talking about chasing the dragon. They always have us chasing this fantasy, this fucking carrot on a stick. So now we can give all the same people that made all the motherfuckers go broke. Now we can give them our money too. Come on, Jacob, hook me up. Shout out to Jacob, no offense, but it is what it is. They going broke buying that shit, and I watched the thing where the ballers go broke. And the thing is, like in the barbershop or whatever, they not going to leave it to you to seek them out or find that shit, although you probably will. No, they going to come to you. They going to come, and they I'm sure it's payola. They in. They in anyway. They could come in the locker room with all this shit probably, That's the game. That is the game. And a lot of them, the majority of them, end up broke. Plus, they end up broke, especially because the majority of them don't make that much money. They never was making that much money. It's all an illusion. That's a fact too. Majority of the basketball players is not making what the top is making, or the other ones making. They show you all the highest numbers. They're not making all that much money, so they be having to look like or wanting to look like, thinking they, whatever. And so they going broke. And even the ones that's making that kind of money end up going broke, man. A lot of them, most of them. And that's with everything, including the music industry. They ain't making all that money like you think they're making. It's all illusion. Doctors, lawyers, even because of the image and the things that the debt they get in, the student loans, man, there was lots and lots of money to go to school. So, it's very, we all can get credit and do this and that. And the more you make, the more credit you can get, the more bigger down payments you have. A lot of it's people fooling people. All these so-called millionaires out here and thing, man, so at the end of the day, end up going to jail for PPP fraud or this kind of fraud or that kind of fraud. You're seeing it all the time. A lot of people is maneuvering. They just ain't got caught yet. So in this game, the house always wins. They got it rigged up, and they want to set up to go to jail, and fail. That's a rigged up thing for everybody. So you can have your money now, and those that do, well, they gotta play the game. Charlemagne clearly made it very clear how he, because he said what they said, but he said, I am with you. I am on your side. I am here to serve you. Don't get it twisted. I'm not one of them black people. I'm one of the good ones. So, man, look, that's I think, like I'm saying, with all of the just to add, all of the sports, entertainment, it's all the same. There's only so much you could do, so much you could say. You're under their control. They do own you. And it may be in a contract. Some of that, you ought to know, man. Like, it's hard to do that and be your own person. It's playing the game goes with the territory. You can't, if you're going to get Kaepernick, come on, man. You know this. Everyone know this. You're gonna get him, or whoever else, entertainment wise, that we don't even remember the motherfuckers no more. You're gonna get blackballed. You in that game. You got to make a decision. We all should make a decision, man. Opt out of that shit. Throw a monkey wrench in this motherfucker. That's all we got. That's all we got. Stop buying all this bullshit. Stop spending. I guess it's easy to say, wow, man, I'm going to say this. I got, it then flipped around on me, I ain't going to lie. And it's a catch-22. Because I want to think positive and be with the law of attraction and have all that I want, Like, I don't really want a mansion though, but like for me, but I wouldn't mind having one to rent out for Airbnb or rent out. If I could do that, yeah, I would take one. Or man, I'd get a farm or something. I don't necessarily want no big house. A farm, like a lot of land with a decent sized house. and lots of storage and shit like that, you know, like, but you can't. I do realize we gotta realize we can't help everybody. But man, look, but the thing is, even though we can't help everybody, we are all in this together in ways. It we in the same thing. If they do it to them, they'll do it to you or you next. It's a message to you. So you gonna lie down or you stand up or whatever. That's all I'm saying, man. And one last thing, I'm about to get up off here. Like vote, man. As far as voting, like I already said, I'm gonna say it now and I'm gonna say it again. I'm done until they telling me what they're gonna do, or you know, at least if you ain't fake promising. Fuck, I'm not just voting for you because you know Democrat or because you saying some shit. You're gonna have to come correct. Otherwise, I mean, what's really the point? Because the people that be talking about the things that I want them to talk about don't really be having a chance. It be those third party, which third party is just not part of the system. It's not designed to operate like that. They be on the outskirts, can't get no kind of coverage, no media coverage. Back to that. Full circle. Not by mainstream media, who's owned and controlled by, like, the dots are fairly easy to connect, but you're not allowed to publicly connect them, but we can privately connect them. So we got to go dark. We got to, you know, make our connections however we can and then get off this bitch and get in the real world connecting in person. There go them peas. But okay, that's what I got. And I'm going to wrap this up. Hopefully y'all watch this later. Like I said, I know I probably, it's a combination thing. I may not be ready to go live yet. Or maybe it just is what it is going live. Or they suppressing my shit, or all of the above, or like I said, maybe it's just the way it go. I think that was two, huh? Maybe it just is what it is. We shall see. I'm out. Peace. Oh, am I out? Yeah, I need some help with this stuff. I'm doing it all, you know. It's a little much.